The family of a Montgomery County police officer hit and killed by a drunk driver is pushing to close a DUI law loophole. Noah's Law, named after Montgomery County Officer Noah Leotta, passed in 2016. It requires convicted drunk drivers to install a breathalyzer in their car to start their vehicle. But as News 4's Darcy Spencer reports, advocates say a loophole is allowing some drivers to get around it.
Can I ask everybody in the gallery that's here to support this bill to please stand for a moment?
Rich Leotta is in Annapolis again this year, testifying in support of legislation that would close a loophole in Maryland's drunk driving law, a law that was named after his son Noah. Legislation aimed at closing that loophole has failed to pass over the last several years.
Now, the numbers and the deaths and the injuries caused by impaired drivers are piling up on the roadways in Maryland, in part due to the inaction of this legislative body.
Leotta's son Noah was a Montgomery County police officer who was struck and killed by a drunk driver in 2015. Noah's Law passed in 2016, requiring those convicted of drunk driving to install an ignition interlock like a breathalyzer in their car. But those given what's called probation before judgment by the court do not have to get the interlock. Advocates say last year, more than 60% of DUI offenders received probation before judgment.
What we're finding out is that there are more and more people taking advantage of this loophole that we're trying to close.
Delegate Lou Clippinger heads the House Judiciary Committee. He said he's looking for data and remarked that interlock manufacturers are benefiting from the legislation.
We want to see how many people were impacted by that law, how many people came back with the law that we've already passed. So I'll be looking forward to hearing the hearing today and seeing what comes next.
The legislation passed in the Senate last year, but it didn't come up for a vote in the House, so it died at the end of the session. Vicki Brown is the mom of 12-year-old Darius Brown. He was killed in a drunk driving crash in 2004. She has been a fierce advocate to toughen laws ever since.
Last year when I got the call that the bill didn't pass, I said, I'll see him next year. I'm ready for the fight.
In Annapolis, Darcy Spencer, News 4.
Now, questions have been also raised about the cost of the program. Drivers have to pay for the installation of the breathalyzer and monthly fees. There are programs in place to help with the cost for those who are on public assistance. The legislation has the governor's support.